Hi guys, 111T here. I just want to do a quick video on another option for your minimalist kit. We had a video the other day there that was talking about canteen-based minimalist kits. Okay, and this is another good option. I've been thinking about it for a while. I've had this aluminum GSI tea kettle for several years, but I haven't really used it with this philosophy of use. I've used it as part of my mainline camping gear, not really backpacking gear, because it was nested inside a much larger cook set. But I got the actual idea from GSI. They've started marketing these by themselves, which is kind of a first. We've seen tea kettles. Trangia's always put the tea kettles as part of their bigger kits. You've never seen them have a kit that was just a tea kettle. Of course, a Trangia is really not a minimalist kit as it is. But the idea is, just like with a canteen cup, that you would store this away in your pack, okay, and use it as your boiling vessel. Now, it's not quite as versatile, because you really can't use it by itself. You could probably use it as an eating bowl, these ones by their design, and we'll get into that in a second. But you really couldn't drink out of it very conveniently, I don't think. I think it would be possible, but not very convenient. Okay, so basically what we have here on the right is the GSI Lighttech. No, it's not Lighttech. It's a GSI Halioite boiler tea kettle, I guess. And then on the left, we have basically the stainless steel version, which has come out more recently than I had the aluminum one. Kind of interesting. The basic design is the same. There's obviously little differences based on the materials. For example, if you look at the stainless steel ones, they're all spot welds. And then on the aluminum one, where you really can't do that, you've got some rivets and that kind of stuff. Okay, one of the things I really like about the GSI designs, the design is very similar, is they both have these very large lids on top, almost like a pot lid. A lot of the other ones on the market will have a small, like a more traditional teapot, a small little lid in the middle, and the body of the pot comes up and covers most of it. And that really limits the utility, to being just a teapot. This would actually work as a small pot. If you were, going to stew something up in it, it would work. Okay, and as a water boiler, it excels. One of the things that this is great for, these are a relatively wide bottom, which you've seen kind of disappear. And a lot of the backpacking pots are designed to be more cylindrical, to fit into pouches on backpacks. And it's really not that great for cooking, especially over side burner stoves or something like this. Little cat stove is really great. I've used it with this, and it's a really great little setup. If it'll lighten up here. Let's see here. It won't. All right. Well, you get the idea. It works pretty well. Throw a windscreen around that. This goes over there, and it would be really a good to go little cook set. As I said, I had the aluminum one for several years. I've been using it camping and stuff like that, and the stainless steel one I got recently. I really haven't had it out in the field at all yet. Just I wanted, if I was going to take something out there and it had to be a standalone, I don't know if I would go with the aluminum. I mean, the aluminum is significantly lighter weight. I don't have the exact weights for you guys, but I can tell you, picking them up, the aluminum one is very lightweight. If you're going to use it by itself. If you're going to always use it with the alcohol stove, go with the aluminum one. But if you thought that you might be using it over a campfire, I think that aluminum's a little thin. Okay, so that's one of the reasons I picked up the stainless steel. Is for that reason. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, the construction's the same. They both got these bail handles that lock kind of in up position. This one has kind of the plastic, heat-resistant plastic dip on its parts. I don't know. It's another reason that I wouldn't use it over a fire. I've had some of my other pots that have this, and I've used them with alcohol stoves, and the heat coming up the side has kind of melted it and made it a little funky. Even though it's not supposed to, but it did. Okay, this one, you know, when using it over the stove, I didn't have any problem with it getting even warm, honestly. So that was fine. Over a campfire, you know, you're just gonna have to take different precautions over a campfire. You know, you're always in a position where you can burn yourself over a campfire. But I think it would do great, honestly. There have been reports of these ones of the stainless steel warping on people, and I'm not sure what is going on. I haven't had any issues with it with the little bit that I've dealt with it. I would just recommend that any stainless steel pot, I mean, you shouldn't boil it dry. It'll flat out ruin something aluminum if you boil it dry on a campfire. If you have it set in the coals, you'll burn a hole right through the bottom of it. Okay, but the stainless steel ones, probably the worst they'll do is warp. Okay, so they'll still be usable, but it won't be in nice, pristine, shiny gear condition. So you might have to deal with that if you boil it dry, but it'll still work for you. Okay, and that's the important thing. It might not sit flat on your tabletop anymore, but you know, you'll still have your container. So yeah, just a little bit of an overview there. Something, you know, I'm glad that GSI started marketing these as standalones. I think that's a pretty innovative idea. I think it'll take off. And if you wanted something, if you had a little bit more space in your emergency, you know, bushcraft kit or your bug out kit, you know, this is not a bad option, you know, by itself. If all you're doing is reheating water for, or heating up water for Mountain House meals that you've got stowed in your kit, and, you know, purifying a small amount of water, you know, if you've got 1 liter water bottles you're trying to fill with boiled water, a 1 liter pot will let you do 1 to 1 to 1. Now, you know, something like this, it's a 1.6, will let you do more, okay, but this is a lot less convenient to pour the water out of than this is. I mean, these things pour, both of them, like a dream, you know. It goes exactly where you want it to go. There's no problem at all pouring it from here into a Nalgene wide mouth, or, you know, whatever it is that you're doing. So just various different things. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can do it with these. I've done it. But this is a little bit more convenient, and it's a lot more compact. In case anyone asks, this does not fit inside this, okay? But they do fit inside this, which, you know, that's not really the philosophy of use we're talking about here. That's how I've used this one in the past, okay? But not really what we're talking about here. So just want to throw that out there as another minimalist kind of an option. If you're going to carry just one container, if you had like a collapsible little plastic cup, or if you're carrying a couple of these and you didn't want to have to boil water in those little aluminum cups, this might be something for you. You know, it would definitely be a lot more convenient to boil water in this than even in the GSI Space Saver cup. You know, which you could do, but this would let you boil up a couple of cups if you were a couple of people, you know, and you want to not just do one mug at a time and then drink it and then pass the mug to the other person if you only had one container. This is a great little add-on. Doesn't weigh a whole heck of a lot more. It's still lighter weight than, you know, any of this stuff. So it's definitely a minimalist kit, and it's definitely an option. And I think the price, you know, I think the price on these was about $20 each, you know. And I mean, I'm not sure, this one I bought years ago, but this one was a recent Amazon purchase. I had some points that I needed to use up on one of my credit cards, and I just used that. Really to get over Super Saver shipping on something, I just added that into the cart. So that was my main reason for getting it. I'm going to get it out here and play around with it this coming season. So if anything goes wrong with it, I'll definitely give you an update. But like I said, right now it looks pretty solid. So thanks for watching.